Hello y'all, welcome back. Welcome to my book review. Today we're going to review one of my favorite books, The Hunger Games. In this podcast we're going to go over the 5 main topics between the book and the movies. The first topic is going to be on Katniss's bravery. Katniss is the main character in the book series called The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is one of my favorite books. It got me into reading, and I hope that this podcast will get you into reading books too. So my first point is that Katniss's bravery. In the start of the book, Katniss, her mom isn't really in her life with her little sister and Katniss. So Katniss is basically like a mom to Primrose, her little sister. But in the Hunger Games, there's this big main place called the Capitol, and the Capitol controls all these countries kind of thing. And to keep the countries in line, they have this game called the Hunger Games, where they fight to the death. And so every year on the 4th of July, the districts come together, and the Capitol draws out of a bowl of names for the Hunger Games. And so on the day that they draw, Katniss's little sister gets drawn, and in the Hunger Games, when somebody you care about gets drawn, you are able to volunteer for them. And so when Primrose, her little sister, gets drawn, Katniss indeed does volunteer for her. I think that is really, really brave, because the district that she goes to doesn't always have winners. They only have 2 known winners, and the only alive one is not the best mentor, you could say. But along with Katniss, the male tribute, as I like to call him, Peeta, is also drawn, which brings me to my second bullet point, Peeta's character. Peeta is like this shy baker's boy. He and Katniss kind of grew up together, but they don't know of each other. The only memory that they do have of each other is that one time when Katniss was trying to find food for everybody in the rain, Peeta burnt bread on purpose and gave it to Katniss so she wouldn't starve. In the games, Peeta was hurt, and I don't really know how, but he managed to camouflage himself because he was a baker and decorated multiple cakes. As you guys may know, The Hunger Games is yet a book, but also a movie. So I'm gonna bring you to my third bullet point, which is the book versus the movie. The book versus the movie, my first point is that in the movie, Peeta's character is a lot more shy and he doesn't really know what's going on. All he knows is that he needs to survive some way or somehow. Also in the book, there's this character named Mage who gives Katniss a pin, a Mockingjay pin, but that didn't really happen in the book, which I was a little mad about. But otherwise, I thought the movie and the book were really spot on together. There's not much to say. I think they were exactly alike. Another thing about the movies is the actors. When I was reading the book for the first time, I had no idea that the movie exists. So what I imagined was Katniss, this long-haired, green-eyed 16-year-old girl. And I thought the movie really brought all those characters to life. At the end of the book, I thought it left on a major cliffhanger, which really got me excited to read more of the book. I really felt really bad for Peeta because he really thought that Katniss did like him, but it was all just for play and it was all just for scene so they would both survive. But there is my intake on The Hunger Games. I really think you guys should read it, and maybe you too will get into reading books just as much as me. Bye!